Hello everyone, I decided to do a bit more Katawa Shoujo, and picking up where we left off, I was just refreshing myself. It looks like we're going to be working with Amici, who is the class representative, because who else better to explain this all to us, right? Well, I guess we'll find out. How could I know? The teacher passes out the day's assignments and announces that we'll be working in groups of 3. It hits me that I don't know who Amici is. Slow. The teacher seems to catch my helpless expression. Well, of course we're not going to know, it's our first day. Oh, right. Amici is right there. Shizune Amici. As he calls out her name, the cute bubbly-looking girl with the bright pink hair and gold eyes waves her hand at me. I take a seat next to her, by the window. Hey, I guess you're Amici, right? It's nice to meet you. Haha! Okay, that's an interesting introduction. What? I'm caught off guard by her laughter. It's nice to meet you too, but I'm not Amici. I'm Misha. This is Amici. She-chan? Giggling, Misha points to the girl next to her. The one I saw using sign language before. It looks like she has been staring at me this whole time. She nods once, nonchalantly, to show that she acknowledges my presence, but only barely. She has short, yet carefully, neatly brushed hair, a pair of oval-shaped glasses balanced on the tip of a dainty nose, and dark blue eyes that seem to alternate every few seconds between analytical and slightly bored. Okay. So I guess she's gonna be one of those nerdy types, or maybe not. Probably shouldn't judge things right away, might surprise us. It's nice to meet you. She immediately looks at Misha, who smiles and makes a few quick gestures with her hands. Amici nods and makes a few gestures of her own. I start to wonder if the teacher was messing with me, saying things like, you'll be able to talk to people, and who better to explain things for you. Yeah, it might be that, or I kinda think he's just a bit aloof himself, this professor. I can see you're a little confused, right? Right? But I understand why you would think I was Shi-chan. Shi-chan is deaf, so I'm the only person who translates things back and forth for her. So are you just her translator, or... I'm like an interpreter. She says it's nice to meet you too. So is she really a student or not? I'm not exactly sure. I think I did mention a few people I played this before, but I'm not exactly certain of her role. I only played it through once, and like I said, it was just one path, and it didn't involve either of them. You're the new student, aren't you? Well, Shi-chan, of course he is. If he wasn't, he would have been standing up there for no reason, right? Right? He seems like a very interesting person, doesn't he? We knew there was going to be a new student, but we didn't know you would be here today. So soon. He-chan, right? She's very eager, I have to say, the pink-haired one. He-chan? Yep, it fits, doesn't it? Did I say it out loud? It's just a surprise, I never liked that nickname. I don't really see how. It fits. You look just like I imagined. I guess you were really looking forward to our introduction here today. Interesting. Hahaha, yeah, you look just like a He-chan. I wonder why everyone seems to think so. I'm not sure exactly. Was he referred to that before? I don't remember, it's been a while since I played this. Amici taps her fingers on the desk to get Misha's attention. They gesture back and forth to each other. Excitedly, their hands a blur. Misha seems a little bit overwhelmed. Ah, sorry about that. Shi-chan wants you to know that she's the class rep, so if there's anything you need to know, you can feel free to ask her. You mean ask you and have you interpret it to her? What? Interpret to her. Do you like the school so far? We can show you around a little bit if you haven't had the time to walk around and familiarize yourself with it. What? Why is that written weird? We can show you around a little if you haven't had the time to walk around and familiarize yourself with it? Oh, because she's reading what she's signing to her, and I guess she's a bit confused about what exactly she's saying in her signing? That would make sense. Misha stumbles with the hard word a bit, making it stick out in her otherwise fluid translation. Okay. Hard word? What, familiarize? Well, I don't know what would be signed, so I guess that makes sense. Thanks, that would be pretty helpful. Yeah, I just kind of came straight to class today, and we were late too if I remember. Hahaha. That's no good. You should always try to learn as much as you can about where you're going before you go there. Not just with school either. Always, even if it's a trip to the convenience store. Really, Shi-chan. Hahaha. This is getting confusing. I'm not sure which one is saying which. Learn about where you're going. I guess I didn't bother to do that, or just didn't care enough to do so. Well, he seemed rather annoyed having to come here in the first place, so I guess he didn't care to. I didn't look forward to this, even if I committed myself to go along with it. Half-assedly, but anyway. I don't say anything, and Misha signs something that ends in a shrug. What was that? It seems like it was about me. Yeah, we're not gonna know everything they're saying to each other, and that's gonna be a thing between them, I'm assuming. I feel like slumping over in my seat. Both of them are smiling, but that shrug hit me unexpectedly deeply. You look down. Are you okay? Don't take it the wrong way, please. I hate it when people are afraid to ask questions. That's how people learn things, by asking. Asking for help is perfectly normal. As much as needing help. Stop looking like you just failed a test. Wahahaha. Alright. So I'm assuming that's her that's just laughing along and everything. I don't think she's signing laughter. She looks quite serious anyway. Ah, and another thing. You don't have to call Shi-chan something so formal like Hakamichi or class rep. Just call her Shi-chan. That's an abrupt ending to the music. Are we getting serious now? Ha, okay, maybe that's too casual. Maybe Shizune would be more appropriate? Yep, Shizune is fine. Heh, okay, that would be a lot easier for me. I feel a lot more at ease. Both of them seem so friendly, so I feel like an idiot for being so apprehensive earlier, especially about Shizune, who I assumed would be all business. Well, she still seems like that, just less so, I guess. Huh? Oh, right. We haven't even touched the assignment. We should start work now, or Shi-chan will get mad. Okay. The assignment is also kind of long, so we should start now if we want to finish it before the end of class. Do we know what the assignment is yet? Wahaha, that too. Shizune glares at the two of us impatiently. I don't need to know sign language to understand that. Yeah, it's all body language. Okay, I get the message. After class, we can take a walk around the grounds together. It's a nice day today, okay? The assignment is actually very challenging to get through, combining aspects of being both difficult and unnecessarily long. Oh, don't you just hate that? Well, something's just long for the sake of being so. Still, we finished it a few minutes earlier than anyone else in the class, despite our late start. Shizune and Misha are really capable. They're quite different, though. The class rep is as calm and professional as she looks, while Misha is a lot more playful and girlish, not to mention a little more easily distracted. It's kind of what I'd assumed from first impressions. I'm actually surprised that it seems right at first, although I guess we'll leave it to the rest of the game to show if it actually is or not. To be honest, the two of them did most of the work. I feel guilty about that. The clock tower bell rings, signaling the end of the period. Time for lunch. Hopefully it's not as morbid as the one in Yosei. Without knowing what else to do, I follow Misha, who is beckoning me into the hallway and down the stairs. Well, she did say she wanted to do something after class. We descend even below the lobby where I met Muto, down to the bottom floor. Just like everything in the school, the cafeteria seems too spacious and oddly modern in contrast to the classic exterior. And quite empty, though there's a lot of whispering. Yeah, and in the cafeteria it's usually yelling, not whispering like this. Its big windows open to the courtyard, towards the main gate. It's the cafeteria. Her enthusiastic statement of the obvious makes people around us stare. But Misha doesn't seem to care, so we proceed to the line. Yeah, rather obvious. I mean, it's what a normal cafeteria would look like. There is a rather long list of menu options, which seems great until I realize that many of them are to accommodate students with special need diets. How nice. It almost feels like I'm back at the hospital, eating portions measured with scientific precision to meet the needs of the patients. I pick something random and follow Shizune to a table, sitting opposite of her. As I nibble indifferently at the food, I'd rather not eat. Oh, here we go with the negativity again. Misha pokes me in the side to get my attention and points to Shizune. I don't understand signs, so the point escapes me. Maybe looking at the person who talks to you is proper and polite. Do you want to know something? What? About anything. We're your guides, so you should ask if there is something. I wonder. So we got some topics, which I'm really not too sure about what they're getting into from the beginning here. I think I got everything about her deafness. Why would he ask about her deafness? That seems weird. Ask about the library. Well, it's kind of too short to end this, so I'm going to keep going a little bit longer. I'll make a new save just in case I want to return to this. But, I remember Magical Diary, Damien liked it when we were forward about his, wings, so maybe we should be forward about Shizune's deafness, so that's perhaps a bit more awkward to bring up. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure what we would ask about exactly. Whatever, let's be oblivious and ask about her deafness. Shizune intrigues me, and I kind of want to ask something about her. But I can't really ask about something that personal, can I? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And what exactly would you ask about it anyway? I can't come up with anything to ask, so I just focus on my food while the girls talk between themselves. Misha and Shizune sign back and forth, so we didn't even ask after all? Okay. Misha and Shizune sign back and forth very animatedly, throwing sideways glances at me, but Misha refrains from translating. Maybe they are talking about secret girl stuff or something. Or me. I quickly notice a conversation and sign is not enough to fill a silence. Okay, well that was weird, and ended abruptly. We arrive in the classroom early, but we're not the first. The dark-haired girl I noticed before slumped over her desk at the last row. Okay, what happened? Oh, we startled her. She jumps a little when Misha crashes into the room with the elegance of a rhino. Rampaging rhino. She seems like she's a bit loud in general, this, Misha. She shrinks deeper into her seat. I can feel the tension all the way from here, as if she were slowly trying to turn to stone from our presence. Was she the only one here? Misha and Shizune either don't notice or don't mind it, as they walk directly past her to their seats and begin to converse. And then she just slinks away entirely, apparently. I'm left wondering about her, even when the classroom slowly fills with other students and finally the teacher. Getting into the rhythm of school feels so strange. It's as if my brain remembers how this is done, but my body doesn't. Well, I guess we have to get our body ready. Towards the end of the class, I start yawning and counting the minutes left. I shouldn't be this tired on my first day of school. Maybe it's the long time spent in the hospital that made me like this. I'm even feeling physically weak and lifeless. Before long, the final bell rings. School is finally over for the day. Beside me, Misha and Shizune are having a short conversation. After a bit of deliberation, Misha turns to me. Uh-oh, what are you guys gonna ask me? Unfortunately, we can't stay and show you around today, Hichan. We've gotta hurry already since there's a lot of work for us to do. Oh, so I'm left on my own. You'll find your way around here, I'm sure of it. Well, in all honesty, we'll probably be fine, but we still don't really know anyone besides you two. Wait, the teacher said I'd have to see the nurse. Oh, that's right. Where do I have to go? That's probably important to make sure everything's alright with us and all. Is that so? We can at least show you that much. Well, thanks. Come on. The nurses have their own building, so we have to go outside. And yeah, what is with that painting? Very strange. We join the flow of students making their way down the stairwell and outside, with the girls pointing out to the senior classrooms in the same hallway as ours. When we get outside, the girls make their way to the smaller building right next to the school. It's built in the same style, so it looks like it's actually a part of the main building. I'm not sure, we're supposed to be able to see it from here? Because it does look like it's all part of the same building. Huh. This is the auxiliary building here. There's a lot of official and important stuff inside, like the Yamaku Foundation office and all the nurses' offices. They even have a swimming pool. Oh, the swimming pool is kind of a bit out of place. Like, it just seems like you'd have a building for administration stuff and then, I don't know, I'd think the swimming pool would be with the gym or some recreation building. How is that official? Don't be silly, Hee-chan. It's for physical therapy, of course. Anyway, all the nursing staff facilities are in there too. The head nurse's office is on the first floor. You'll be fine from here, right? We'll be going then. See you tomorrow. Yeah, thanks. Bye. A whole building for stuff that has nothing to do with the actual education. I guess it's necessary for a place like this. Well, most big schools would have them. You know, buildings for either recreation or administration. Well, I guess this is technically a high school, so I guess most high schools wouldn't be like this. I'm probably going to leave off here even though we're not really at a decision, but I figured I'll let you guys know in advance. If you want to make a suggestion as to which girl we should be pursuing in the overall scheme of things, you can feel free to make it, because I'm not sure exactly which path I'm going to be following at this point. I don't know if we already influenced that based on the one decision we made this episode, which was about Shizune, but overall didn't seem to really have an effect since we didn't ask the question anyway, so whatever. But anyway, yeah, if you guys want to make any suggestions, leave one in the comment, or I don't know, maybe I'll make a poll or something at some point to let you guys vote on which girl we should be after. The only thing that might help is if you guys list all the girls that are actually pursuable and have their own paths, because I think I'm aware of most of them, but I might be missing one or two, because I know we could get the girl we talked to today, Shizune. I know the one that we saw in the classroom who jumped back in fright. I forgot her name. I know we can date her, and I'm not sure. I don't know about the other ones we met so far, but I know those are at least options, and I know there's some others who we haven't met yet. So if you guys want to recommend which one I should be pursuing in this playthrough, feel free to make one. Anyway, thanks for watching, and see you next time.